Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust. Men can be their own worst critics, especially as we get older and compare our current self to the younger version. The experts at Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown help men with testosterone optimization, regenerative medicines, heart health screenings, weight loss, and yes, sexual enhancement services. Forward Healthy Lifestyles can offer regained energy and endurance, more muscle and tone, enhanced performance, joint therapies, and more. Change your life and stop comparing who you are now to who you used to be. Visit forwardhealthylifestyles.com for a free consultation.
Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale is bigger than ever with huge savings throughout the store and hundreds of incredible bonus buys. Start with $100 off your purchase of $19.99 or more. Plus, get a stainless steel 115-can beverage cooler free when you spend $39.99 or more. And take 15% off all clearance furniture and mattresses. Make it even easier when you use Steinhoffel's 72-month financing. It's Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale. Shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
We don't want you on our team.
You're not the right fit for this job.
You're too slow and fast.
Don't you care how you look?
Weight bias hurts. Go to stopweightbias.com. A public service message from Obesity Action Coalition.
Rolling along relatively well so far this morning. Northbound 43 is tightening up just a bit between North Avenue and Keith. The southbound side just around the Capitol Drive area. Eastbound 94 slowing down from 84th Street to about Hawley Road, and northbound on 41 slowing down through the Zoo Interchange all the way up to about Swan Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny and beautiful, high of 72 at the lake, 77 inland. Tonight mainly clear and mild, a low of 58 at the lake, 52 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We kissed, but we didn't make out by definition of tongue.
No,
so I don't know how to look at that.
No, it's definitely tongue, because my wife's Italian and she kisses everyone. I'm like, enough, all right? You don't have to kiss everyone in the flipping room.
I'm going on record right now. That was my last kiss, although I am getting off the kiss program with her. Well, you know, frankly, outside of a sexual relationship, I don't see the point to it. I'm not thrilled with all the handshaking either, but one step at a time.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
No wonder I got this thing growing on my flipping lip right now. So, yes, there has to be tongue involved.
This is going to be my first opportunity to not kiss her hello.
What is the big deal about putting your lips on somebody's face?
It's the obligation. You know, as soon as this person comes in, you know you have to do this.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like
you're hideous.
He ain't doing nothing.
Not you, Gabe.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
All right, starting off strong today, I see. Great, thanks, guys.
You missed the best part of the Seinfeld episode.
I didn't miss it. Sometimes, some things, after a day where we cross the line completely, sometimes I have to go away from the line.
If they're saying it on Seinfeld, then it's okay to say it on the radio.
That's not how that works in the slightest.
Yes, it does.
No, I mean, that's actually...
Am I right, Gabe?
Yeah, he's not wrong.
No, he's not right. I'm not hitting.
Because the next line was like, now, if there was Jerry saying if there was some value to it, like grab a breast hello, then I could see. And then Elaine goes, what about an intercourse hello? And then Jerry goes, Elaine, now you're being ridiculous.
Sounds like you just got what you wanted and you did it, so it works out perfectly.
I mean, Seinfeld was broadcast on NBC. It's not like it was an HBO show.
God, you're
like they had standards that they had to go through, standards and practices.
Gabe, we don't.
To my point.
Yep.
In the production meeting, he never finds a girlfriend in his entire life if he doesn't meet me.
That's not true.
That is true. And
I'm really sick and tired of people taking credit for this.
Well, who else is
There's no one else taking credit. It's just me.
No, you're not the only one taking credit for it. Everyone wants a piece of the pie for taking credit of me getting a girlfriend, which I did all the work on. Nobody else did.
Okay, first of all, who else is trying to take credit for this?
My friends. They all think they did this because they set me up on the app.
Okay. No. Your friends, okay, if they've set you up on the app, maybe they get 2%. Chewy gets the other 98.
Yes. He does not. Nobody gets any other credit other than Ashton Homer Rotman. I'm the one that did this.
When I came onto this station and did a daily show, you were horrified to walk by me.
Mm-hmm. You're a mean person.
Scared. And then it got better as we went along. I built up your confidence to the point where now you can go on a dating app and actually physically go out in public. Gabe?
Yeah, we're just going to disagree on that.
I think you should hit it.
I'm not hitting it. If he wants to walk in here and hit it himself, he can, but I'm not hitting it.
I will walk in there, hit it.
I'm not.
Because he deserves it. Because
it's not right, though. It's not true.
But it is true.
It's not true.
True or false? Chewy has improved your confidence.
False.
Gabe.
I'm not going to agree with you.
Okay. You know what? Him answering false is proof.
Yes.
That the answer is actually
Gabe, would
true.
the Open have been better if he played the spot in Seinfeld that I just imitated?
Yes, it would have.
But you still did it, so you got it. What does it matter?
How much time do we have before?
I don't know.
Hopefully it's sooner than later.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know who to talk to, pal. You can make it happen.
I got a lot of issues today.
You do have some issues today. One last question about yesterday. And again, if you happen to miss, especially the first hour yesterday, download it, Wisconsin On Demand, where the new host of the morning show, Evan Cohen, on ESPN Radio, along with Chris Canty and Michelle Smallman, they'll begin on Tuesday with their new show. He joined us. He also happens to be the coach of this show. He's been our boss over the last year or so. And if you go over what you perceive to be the line, if your boss is on the radio with you while you go over the line and he joins in,
and he was the dirtiest one,
well, again,
then you're not really crossing the line, right?
I agree with that.
Then what's your problem, Kazansky?
Just didn't think I needed it.
All right, Chewy. I just wanted to ask that last final question. Again, if you happen to miss yesterday, WisconsinOnDemand.com. What did you even name hour one of yesterday?
What was the podcast?
Give me a second. Let me find it. I don't remember what I named it.
Was it "Don't Listen Because You Might Be Offended"?
Why'd you say it like that?
Because you're a wuss?
Yeah.
How am I a wuss? Did I stop you guys at all yesterday?
You're holding us back, not stopping.
How was I holding you back? I never once derailed the conversation. I never once jumped in. I let you guys go.
Hour one.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have been with a woman before, ... Hour two, why did this come up, may I ask?
I don't know what you're looking at, but that's last week.
What?
Yeah, that's not yesterday's.
Give us yesterday's.
That's Wisconsin On Demand.
Well, yesterday's was, will you get my water running, so to speak. That was hour number one. And hour number two was before you get to the root rip.
That's all right. You redeemed yourself. I still think my sound effect could have been let go, but you're a wuss, so... Come on.
The sound effect made everyone uncomfortable.
I love making people uncomfortable.
Speaking of which, you had some guests in your house this past weekend.
I'm still bothered by it.
What are you bothered by?
All right, well, let's unfold this thing.
Okay.
Never got a thank you in the form of a card or something like that.
Let's
unfold it even more.
Let's start at the beginning. So Chewy had a buddy of his. You've known this buddy high school, college.
My neighbor growing up.
Oh, he's your neighbor growing up. So you knew him growing up. I've known him for basically your entire life.
But not a lot of communication.
Okay.
A text a couple times. Not huge neighbor, good kid.
I mean,
of a little, not a little brother, but kind of a
yeah.
kid
He tagged along.
Around.
Yeah, he tagged along with you and the guys. So you had a neighbor or your childhood neighbor visit you here. He's a college coach out east.
Out east.
And he came to visit with his son.
Yes.
Who happens to be a Packers fan.
Correct.
So
and a Padres fan, so I got him tickets to have not received anything.
So
they went. Thank you when he left.
They went to the Packers game. You got them tickets to the Packers preseason game. You got them tickets. I got them tickets to the Brewers game on Sunday afternoon.
Good seats.
Yep.
Behind the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed for 3 nights, dinners.
Stayed at your house. You fed him every night. Did you open up one of your Did you open up one of the nice bottles of wine?
He doesn't drink. He's boring as hell. He ain't coming back. Boring as ever. When Angie says, "Is it okay if I swear in front of your kid?" and he kind of,
How old is this kid?
He ain't coming back.
How old is this
14.
kid? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if the kid was like 7 or 8.
Yeah. And you know me, I'm one of these guys. You're in my house.
Yeah.
You conform to the way I act.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Wait, so everybody had to go to bed at 7:30?
We pushed it up to 8:30.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, which is fine. It was a fine. Wasn't, it was fine.
Yep.
In your words, it was fine. Got to thank you when I left. Never received a card, a basket, or anything. So let's put a value to this. Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Packer preseason tickets. I got him 3 tickets for 2 seats. I mean, he's delusional enough, and he was kind of like taken aback by the fact that I wasn't going to the game, which I laughed at him.
Okay, so you where did you put them?
20-yard line, halfway
game.
up.
Okay, so end zone to 20-yard line is $74 for the preseason.
So there's $150. Brewers tickets, what? Great seats behind the dugout. What'd you say, section 200?
Yeah, so it was the 200 section. I just want to make sure we're accurate here, so I'm just kind of looking up, the cost of those tickets real quick. If you're going to go, say, tomorrow night and take on the Phillies.
Yeah, but it's the Padres, though. Aren't the Padres a bigger draw, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. A weekend game's a weekend game.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Come on.
Let's just say 2,000 for the season.
We'll round up.
$70?
Yeah, probably $70 a ticket, I would say.
So we're at what now? 400?
Yeah, something like that.
Hotel. What would a hotel run you?
You'd probably be able to find something cheap for around $120 a night.
Yeah, I think that's
probably... So say 300. So we're at 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Meals. I mean, steak, mashed potatoes, broccoli.
Yeah, I mean,
$200 in meals.
Yeah, at least.
So we're at $1,200.
Yeah, probably.
So does that warrant something? If you went to stay at a buddy's house in Pittsburgh, who was a childhood friend,
Yeah.
Would you send a card? Would you send a basket? Would you send a gift card?
Some sort of gesture.
At what point do you cross that threshold where you do then start sending something? So the reason why I ask is because this hasn't happened recently, but when I was just out of college, living in Madison, I would go up and visit my buddy in Minnesota quite a bit. Every other month I'd probably be up there, and he's an engineer, had 3 other engineer buddies. They were renting this house on one of the lakes up in Minnesota. So it was like a great place to go hang out, for a summer. But at that point, I'm not making anything, right? I'm just out of college, but I'm staying on his couch up there. Was I wrong in not getting him anything? Or once you become more of an adult, once you hit 28, 29, 30, what have you.
Yeah.
And if you're staying at somebody's house in a house that they own, because he was renting the house. But if I were to go up now and he owns the house and I'm staying in a guest house, I feel that might be different than crashing on a college buddy's couch when you're still in your mid-20s.
But he's a head coach, college basketball,
yep.
And his wife is the principal at a high school.
Okay.
So there's bank there,
yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So is he classless? Is he stupid, or is he cheap?
Can I throw a fourth one in there?
Yes.
Ignorant. Just totally not even thinking about it at all, which I don't know if that makes you
would you, if I gave this to you, Gabe, and you were my guy,
yeah,
would you at least offer to pay for the tickets?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. There's none.
Yeah.
That's slip you the cash and
so
not
is
give
he
you the option.
stupid?
So that's the other thing. So I went up there, we would go to hockey games, do all this. I would be paying for my own tickets as we went to stuff,
Yes.
So I would just be crashing on my buddy's couch in my mid-20s. But also at this point in my life, I would be offering, first I would offer hey, can I make a meal one night? And you probably would have said no. Hey, can I at least give you money for the food? I would do that dance with you as well if I would have been this guy as a guest in your house.
All right, the fact that money's not an issue, does that absolve him from saying, can I pay for the tickets, knowing that he wouldn't have to pay for the tickets?
It shouldn't.
I
don't think so.
I mean, he probably knows or probably thinks that you could get Packer tickets for free whenever you want. And I honestly don't know if that's true or not, just because Packer tickets are still hard to come by.
I could get them for free, but then I owe them a favor.
You got them,
and I don't like owing people favors.
Sure.
So if my kids come in with a girlfriend, I buy the tickets. No, I do, because I don't want to owe them anything.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to have to go up there.
You
and
buy me tickets?
That's
what I just heard. Maybe that's just how I'm hearing it.
Yeah, I don't think he said he'd buy you tickets.
Yeah.
I think he'd buy one of his kids' tickets.
I heard he was buying us tickets.
Definitely not now. Maybe 3 years ago when I felt sorry for you. Well, you're a little wounded puppy dog. But am I wrong here?
So just because a friend of yours may or may not be loaded doesn't absolve you from, like, this is just basic manners to me.
Yeah.
Like, you're offering different things,
I mean, I told you the story of how big a dork he is, though, with his kid.
Yeah, yep. You had mentioned that.
Is anything we're saying absolve him?
No, I think you should be...
Where do people stand on this?
I personally would have tried to leave something as a thank you before I left, because I would have hate to, like, leave, get busy, and forget to get you your thank you gift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would have, had this been me in this situation, knowing, and who knows, maybe I know you and your wife more better than this guy does, but I would have just go get a really nice bottle of wine.
Like Craig, when I went to his Super Bowl party and Craig is loaded by unbelief.
Yeah.
I bought him 2 bottles of wine. Now, I drank the wine.
In fairness,
but I bought him 2 bottles of wine.
I mean, okay, at least one of those bottles was for you.
I stayed a little longer than I thought.
He came with 2 bottles, and I think everybody knew what was happening to at least one of those bottles. It was going to be consumed by the big guy.
Am I being sensitive here? That's all I want to know. Am I being too sensitive?
I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah, you bent over backwards for this guy. Just a little. Would you have settled for just a thank you card in the mail? So it didn't have to be like, oh, here's a bottle of wine.
Sure.
Here's a gas gift card.
But I'm huge, as you guys probably know, tit for tat.
Okay.
And when it went to $1,000, $1,200 in value, I think you send something.
We've got some reaction here on the talk and text line, so we will certainly. Oh wow! Except for Ryan McGuanago saying rich people problems. Take your thank you, move on, and shut up.
No, you're wrong there. Well,
I mean, I think it's. I mean, again, this type of generosity, this type of. I mean, you do this much for a pal, you'd more than just a.
Well, would you
thank you on the way out
back?
the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the other thing.
Don't be a hater, Ryan.
If you want to get invited back,
yeah,
and experience something similar, yeah, you gotta be nice. You gotta play the game a little bit. We'll see what Jason Wilde has to say about this. Plus, we'll see what he has to say about the Packers roster and their practice squad, as that has all been finalized. As Jason Wilde joins the program, coming up next.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Things backing up just a little bit along southbound 43 from Silver Spring all the way down past Keith. The northbound side is slow from the Marquette up to about Keith. We're looking at an extra 3 or 4 minutes onto your ride there. Eastbound 94 slowing down just east of the Zoo interchange all the way to 76th Street. And northbound 41 backing up a bit out of the Zoo up past Watertown Plank Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 77 inland. Tonight, mainly clear and mild, a low of 58 at the lake, 52 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Man, now that's a good idea.
That's right, the mayor.
Any advice for Ben to get more love now from the Packers fans?
Can you sign my Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey?
Well, I would not do that.
The mayor has spoken.
I have made a decision. And the decision is that we're going to let you guys stay on the air. All of us, the collective listenership, that we continue to reinforce our love for Green Bay.
Ben Brust, purveyor of chaos, right here on 94.5 ESPN.
Are you looking for the perfect restaurant for your next night out? Then make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate, your next dinner destination. Specializing in artisanal American cuisine, Aria features carefully prepared seasonal entrees along with a robust selection of craft cocktails, wine, and local beer. Join them on Sundays for the restaurant's famous trademark chicken, served family style with sides like mashed potatoes, goat cheese biscuits, and more. Make your plans today to dine at Aria. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com. That's aria@stkate.com.
Over the past year, we've been hard at work improving our sales processes, expanding and remodeling our facilities, investing in new technology, and continuing our commitment to serve our customers, employees, and community. That's why at Boucher, when our customers leave the dealership, we hope we've made a customer for life. Whether you're in need of a new vehicle, are stopping in for routine maintenance, or are in need of collision work, we will be here to help. With 20 locations throughout southeastern Wisconsin and 30 brands, we've got thousands of new and used vehicles for you to choose from. Our dedicated employees have been named a 2022 top workplace for the past 11 years, and we always have been and will continue to be family-owned and operated. Proud to be your Wisconsin family dealership group since 1977. Visit us today at Boucher.com.
Having pain like that and not knowing how you caused it and for how long it's lasting, it's debilitating.
QC Kinetics patient Diane Richardson hated not being able to live her life to the fullest due to joint pain. But then she called QC Kinetics, where regenerative treatments helped her pain go away.
The result was phenomenal.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using natural biologics to restore and repair damaged joint tissue.
This was a great alternative for me as opposed to going in and possibly having surgery or something else. There was no downtime, and that's what I love. My life is too busy for me to be sidelined.
If you're tired of constant pain from arthritis or injury, don't think the old treatments are the only treatments. Discover regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics.
Just to feel good and know that I'm out of pain is the best thing ever. I'm able to do everything that I want to do.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Ready, down, put.
All Packers, all the time.
But I had somebody retweet it to me and say, "Wild throw?" I mean, no, like good throw, but also I would say, like if Aaron Rodgers made that throw, we wouldn't even be talking about it. We'd be like, "Oh, that's good."
Okay, most of the time.
Almonds specifically, or all nuts?
Well, these nuts, those nuts, whatever nuts work.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Boucher Automotive. With 16 different new car brands and over 35 pre-owned brands to choose from. Boucher Automotive. We are driven by you. And by the Bridgewater Modern Grill. Nestled in the heart of Milwaukee's emerging Harbor District. Enjoy a specialty crafted menu centered around a custom oak-fed grill.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. He is the GOAT of helicopter parents. He is Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason.
Well, don't get me started on the term GOAT.
I heard you got yelled at.
Oh, I mean, maybe a little.
You were pretty... In fairness, Jason, I mean, we were just talking about how Chewy has given Ashton confidence. I don't know, not that you've always lacked confidence, but the fact that you kept going back, for those who missed it, you can download it Wisconsin On Demand, yesterday's Homer appearance on Wilde and Tausch, where Jason called Homer the GOAT of Milwaukee sports talk radio, and Homer was very uncomfortable with it. And then Jason proceeded to call, I don't know, just about everything he could think of the GOAT of whatever category they were, to continue to make Homer uncomfortable. And Tausch said he was the proudest he's ever been of you ever. Like, I don't know if Tausch is giving you some confidence in that area, but man, you were feeling it yesterday, man.
I don't need Tausch to give me confidence. I really believe that. I know I'm not the only one on this panel who believes that. I believe that is true. It was by way of supporting him, since I probably, it would appear, correctly presumed that maybe he wasn't overly thrilled with his current lot in life, and so I wanted to make clear just how highly I regard him. And it, some might say it backfired. I would certainly say it backfired. But I stand by what I believe about Steve the Homer Truth. So that's all.
All right, Jason, let's untangle this Taylor situation.
Yeah, let's definitely.
I thought Chewy was going to start someplace else, but we'll get to that at the end.
we were talking in our little production meeting on how Miami was going to offer, or they were offering Waddle. And the
Colts wanted Waddle in return.
Okay, but we look at Waddle as first-round compensation. Would you agree with that, Jason? If someone was to trade...
he's a really good player. Yeah.
Really good player. So that means the Packers... Here's my problem. If you're buying a $600,000 house, right, Jason? And you offer $200,000, that is extremely insulting. So if Goody is offering a fourth-round pick for Jonathan Taylor, that's not offering or trying to get Jonathan Taylor. I think it's just absolute garbage. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, sure. I would agree with that. You know, at the same time, for instance, I believe Pat McAfee went on his program and suggested, didn't report, but I don't know if he was giving his opinion on what the offer should have been, or I'm not sure what it was because I did not catch his actual appearance, but I had a few people sending me snippets of it, and he was apparently the one who suggested giving up A.J. Dillon and a draft pick, which, great. I'll be honest, I think depending upon what the draft pick is, I think that actually would have made a lot of sense, right? Because if you think about it, they still need a running back. They just signed like 2 guys to their practice squad because they still don't know what's going on with Taylor. And you also get draft pick compensation. Now, what that draft pick is would obviously dictate whether or not it was a realistic offer or not. Goody flat out said, and, you know, I tried to be very sneaky about trying to get an answer. You know, I brought back a 1998 transaction in which the Packers traded Mike Flanagan to Carolina, and then he flunked his physical, and he came back, and he wound up making the Pro Bowl twice with the Packers and turned out to be a really good player after that horrific leg injury that he had in that preseason game, maybe against Pittsburgh at Lambeau Field. You would have been playing in that game, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So my point, what I was trying to get at, and I tried to ask it generally because I don't know if they offered A.J. Dillon or not. What I was trying to get at with my question was, if they did and the Colts didn't want that deal, then how do you think A.J. Dillon feels about how the team feels about him, right? But I didn't have enough facts to know for certain. This is kind of the nuance that people that just watch the press conferences maybe don't understand when my questions are long. But Goody then later said that A.J. Dillon was never not going to be on this team. So unless he was lying, which I don't think he was, because I think he knows, having lied to me before, we're not supposed to do that. If you don't want to answer something, don't answer it, but certainly don't lie. But if that's the truth, then A.J. Dillon was never part of an offer that the Packers made for Jonathan Taylor. The important thing here, though, in my opinion, is that he never denied that they pursued Jonathan Taylor. He made a joke about, let's get the checklist out, right, in his response to Domofsky. It was funny. I don't comment on players on other teams. We're going to do everything we can to make the Packers better, blah, 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 blah. That is an admission that they pursued Jonathan Taylor. Because otherwise you say, hey, we didn't call. Like, we checked in to see what their asking price was. Once we knew what it was too rich for our blood. We did not pursue it further, or something like that. He did make a comment that he thought that they were used as leverage a lot. If you think back, and this leads into the other discussion, which I was kind of trying to have with Homer, the GOAT of Wisconsin sports radio, was, you know, they always like to be in on things, right? I mean, that was one of the things on Goody's checklist in his answer to Domofsky, that, we want to pursue every avenue or whatever. So, you know, whether it was not getting Chase Claypool because the Steelers thought the second-round pick from the Bears would be higher than the second-round pick from the Packers, which was correct, but the Packers should be thankful that they didn't get Chase Claypool, or not getting Darren Waller from Las Vegas, which they had a trade in place, and then the Raiders changed their mind. Those are different than just your example of calling and offering $7,000 for a Lamborghini that somebody has for sale on cars.com, right? So I think that he admitted that they pursued Jonathan Taylor. And at this point, because remember, it's not like this is over. That deadline that the Colts created was a completely artificial deadline. Like, the trade deadline is October 31st. Like, that trade deadline hits as the girls are about to go out for trick-or-treating. And so this could still happen, whether it's him getting traded to the Packers or someone else. So this story, I don't think you can say is completely over.
Do you think they're going to continue to pursue?
I think the next step, based on what Chris Ballard said, is that the Colts are going to try, probably without Jim Irsay involved, which seems to be a really smart idea, to try and repair their relationship with their star player. And that's what Chris Ballard's intention is. Whether or not that works, I'm not sure. I mean, again, Jonathan Taylor was a second-round pick. He is in the final year of his deal. He's in the same situation as A.J. Dillon is, except he's a lot better, or at least has been better to this point. So he is trying to get the long-term, big signing bonus security now, because you go out there in this contract, here's the same with A.J. Dillon, you go out there and you tear your ACL, you are going to be a lot poorer than you would have been had you got an extension to protect you. So the Devontae Adamses of the world, who are first-team All-Pro players, which is what Jonathan Taylor was in 21, those guys who go out there at enormous risk without and it would have been a third contract for Devontae, but those guys that do that, they are rare at this point. These guys all want protection, and they do not want to take on that level of risk. Devontae delivered on it, which is one of the reasons why I still can't believe the Packers didn't figure out a way to keep a guy that the general manager called a future Hall of Famer, but that's an argument for another day.
Jason, what's the starting offensive line going to be against the Bears?
Left to right, David Bakhtiari, Elton Jenkins, Josh Myers, John Runyon Jr., and Zach Tom. How do you feel about that group?
You tell me.
How should Chewy feel about that group?
I mean, the weak link
Why don't you just tell me what movie you want to see?
The weak link, Myers and Runyon?
Yeah, I would agree. But, not. I don't think they're weak links to the level of, I don't know. I'm trying to think back to your I mean, you guys had some really, really good offensive linemen, too. I don't know. There's nobody like John Michaels, right?
Okay.
I mean, there's nobody that you're like, oh, my God.
I mean, is Myers a concern, though? I mean,
no, they challenged him. I thought he, to some degree, answered the bell. I thought he was really honest about some of the challenges that come with, for him, changing quarterbacks. Like, look, Aaron Rodgers, you can think he's a jerk. You can think he yells at guys too much, whatever you want. I thought it was nice to see him actually being pissed off on Hard Knocks to remind everyone that he's not always puppy dogs and rainbows even out there. But, as Josh Myers pointed out, there were a lot of times when he would not see a line call that he needed to adjust, and Rodgers was there to do it for him. And Jordan Love's not going to be able to do that. At this point in his career, Jordan Love is not going to be capable of doing that as often as Aaron Rodgers was capable of doing that for Josh Myers. So there are going to be more challenges. He was not highly graded by Pro Football Focus last year. He does need to be better. But I don't think, should they have drafted Creed Humphrey instead, who went the very next pick? Yes, they should have. He's better. But I don't think that Josh Myers is, some terrible center that they can't win with. My thing is, and I brought this up to Tausch, in 2014, when they should have played in the Super Bowl, the Green Bay Packers had one offensive lineman miss one game. That was Brian Bulaga in Week 2 against the Jets. And he was coming off an ACL. So to have your starting five play 15 of the 16 games together and have only one guy miss one game, that is the anomaly in the NFL. Like, what did they have, Gabe, last year? They had 8 different starting lineups in the first 9 games, and that was the third year in a row they'd had that. Mm-hmm. So my thing is do you really want to trot Royce Newman out there? Mm-hmm. And do you really truly believe in Rasheed Walker, who played 4 special team snaps a year ago, and now you've decided is far better than Yosh Nijman? Or would you rather have a guy who's played in 50 games in the NFL and started 23 games like Yosh did if somebody gets hurt? I'm really curious to see what they do on that offensive line, because those 5 are not going to start all 17 games together unless they have the shiniest lucky penny in their pockets. That just is not going to happen.
Jason, if someone from your childhood were to come to your house with their kid and you provided them with Packers tickets and Brewers tickets and meals for 3 nights and a place to stay for 3 nights, would you expect something more from this person other than a thank you as they walked out the door?
Well, I guess it depends on who the person is. Like someone from my childhood, like Robin Yount is showing up at my door, or just a friend of mine?
A friend of yours.
A neighbor growing up.
What if he was neighbors with Robin Yount?
Well, that would have been awesome. I would have been playing catch with him every day. I don't want to put this person on blast the way it would appear that maybe is being done to him on today's program. I personally would want to do something to very vehemently express my gratitude and thanks for that person doing that. So I would, whether everybody says my love language is gifts, I think one of my strengths as a human is the thoughtful gift that is really well connected to who the person is. So I would want to, at the very minimum, give Chewy a gift that would show thoughtfulness and extreme appreciation for everything he had done.
Jason, you're invited over anytime, buddy.
Now, the problem is you're not going to be able to get the address.
What tickets am I getting?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get the address out of him. But, if you can find the house, Jason, you'll be able to...
UWGB basketball, Jason.
I will text you later to that wrong number that I always text thinking it's yours.
Yeah, Jason doesn't have the right number. Good luck finding the right house, buddy. Jason Willie joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Get perked up. Let me tell you guys about Perky's Old Fashioned. It's an old fashioned mixed with booze already inside. With both brandy and bourbon options, get Grandma Perky's secret wherever, whenever, and all you have to do is add soda. I'm personally more of a brandy person. Tried the bourbon a couple of weeks ago. Bourbon is fantastic. So even if you're someone who thinks that you're a brandy person, you should probably just get both, just to double check and make sure, because they're both great options. Because Perky's is awesome for boat days, weddings, holiday parties, everything in between. And everything in between, we all know here in the state of Wisconsin, is football. You got college football tonight. You got college football on Saturday, got college football on Sunday, college football on Monday, plus pro football starts the week after. You're going to want to load up on Perky's Old Fashioned Mix. Find Perky's near you and go to perkysoldfashioned.com. Perky's Old Fashioned, locally made, Wisconsin made, your bartender in a bottle.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Delays around, but no major incidents to deal with. Eastbound 94 slowing down right out of the zoo interchange all the way through the stadium. We've also got southbound on 43 slowing down from before Bender Road all the way down past Capitol Drive to about Keefe. Looking at about a 15-minute ride from Brown Deer Road to downtown. The northbound side's heavy out of the Marquette interchange up past Keefe. Downtown to Brown Deer Road, about 13 minutes there. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 77 inland. Tonight, mainly clear and mild, a low of 58 at the lake, 52 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-511-3535. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-511-3535. 800-511-3535 or biglou.com.
Cousin Subs just got better. With our newest mobile app update, we've made it easier to purchase your favorite subs and sides with Apple or Google Pay and the ability to make split payments. And that's not all. Can we get your digits? Sign up today for our new text messaging program to unlock exclusive coupons and offers at cousinsubs.com or via our app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and it's finally the start of football season and a great time for you to ask yourself, how did last year go? If you were just guessing and you lost money betting on the games, now is the time to go to FatJackSports.com. Before you dig yourself a hole, you can start the season heading into profit. For $50 a week, you can make money betting the games. Go to FatJackSports.com and get consistent winners emailed to you or sent via text that will get you into profit. FatJackSports.com today.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality Men's Health. Guys, did you know that the stored belly fat reduces your free testosterone? The more the belly grows, the harder it is to drop, mostly because of the decrease in free T. It's a vicious cycle that men are losing, and unfortunately, everyone can see it. Mentality breaks that cycle with semaglutide, an industry-changing weight loss medication that can help you lose up to 15% of your body weight while preserving your testosterone. Join our over 20,000 clients to look and feel the way you deserve. In Milwaukee, go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel, ready to celebrate Labor Day week on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by Perky's Old Fashioned, all ready to pour bourbon or brandy mix with the alcohol already in it. Get perked up this Labor Day with an easier than ever Wisconsin Old Fashioned. Just add the soda of your choosing to Perky's brandy or bourbon mix and enjoy. Find your nearest Perky's location at perkyspirits.com and get 15% off Perky's merch using the code PERKY15. Happy Labor Day from 94.5 ESPN and Perky's Old Fashioned, your bartender in a bottle.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Bumble is a dating app.
It's tuna.
I love tuna. I had some last night.
How do you eat your tuna?
Can we, for once, grow up on this show?
On 94.5 ESPN.
In my mind when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy 'cause here isn't where I wanna be. And satisfaction.
Chewy a little irked this morning, even though it's a Thursday. He loves Thursdays.
Yeah.
It's not a Monday.
8 at 8.
However, he's been patiently waiting after hooking up his buddy over the weekend for some sort of thank you card, anything in that nature. After hooking up his childhood neighbor with tickets and a place to stay this past weekend, went to the Packers preseason game, went to the Brewers game, stayed at Chewy's house, 3 meals for every night they were there as well. Getting some great reaction here on the Talk and Text line. 800-990-3776. Is Chewy wrong, or is he in the right for being a little irked that they haven't gotten the thank you? Mitch in Burlington, I think this is hilarious that Chewy's talking about it publicly. LOL, he's totally right. I just hope his friend is listening.
Chewy was right? Holy, Chewy was right.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'll if I ever, the next, I won't see him, who knows, for years and years.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what I call him. Stupid, cheap.
I don't know.
I
don't know. Derek at Milwaukee, did the pal buy dinner for you and your wife a night or two at least?
No.
If not, the very least you purchase a nice dinner and get you a cheap bottle of wine. Not that hard.
I mean, this has nothing to do with money either. I mean, a card, just a card, right?
Mm-hmm.
A card in the mail. Hey, my son had a great time. Thank you. Thank you for the tickets. Thank you for the hospitality. There doesn't even need to be very little money. It has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with human decency and common courtesy.
Carrie in Mayville says, I am all in on the thank you card. I've noticed I seem to be in the minority. I taught my son the importance of sending them. Didn't seem to be the case so much anymore. So Carrie's all in on the thank you card.
I'm with Carrie, and that's also the thing that I was raised on, is you always say thank you, and if it's like a gift, when we were kids, you could never use the gift or open the gift or whatever until you had that thank you card written for what holiday, birthday, whatever. I try to stick to that now. I'm not great at it, but I try to stick to that now. When I went to my girlfriend's parents' house for the first time over the summer, and we left, I left them a thank you note and said, thank you for the hospitality, blah, blah, blah. Really appreciated it. When I was there, I helped any way I could, dishes, participated in family events. I cooked in the kitchen, like anything I could. And did I do enough there?
And what family events did you participate in?
They had like a family block party, and there was an engagement dinner for her brother. Like that was why we went down.
Anybody else's heart skip a beat when he said there was an engagement party?
Yeah,
too much.
I thought he was going to sneak it in there.
But this isn't a close friend. I saw him on my dad's funeral 3 years ago, and before that, I haven't seen him in 20-something years.
Okay.
So this isn't like there's a lot of interaction, don't worry about it type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he reached out to me.
Yeah.
That's the disconnect. And I'm leaning towards stupid. I'm with Ashton.
So a bit of ignorance here?
Wouldn't you?
From the friend?
Because it's so, I don't know, egregious isn't probably the word. It's just like...
Thank you cards are so easy. That's why if the least thing, all you're just like, just give me a thank you card. Show me a gesture that you saw what I did and you appreciate it.
I mean, he made the bed. I got to give him that much before he left.
Did he make it well?
Okay, but do you have to make the bed before you leave?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
But you're tearing off the sheets.
I know, but still.
Okay.
It's gesture.
All
All
right.
about gesture. I'm with him on that.
All right.
Yes.
I think I've been lockstep with Chewy on this.
Or the better thing to do, Gabe,
Take the
and
sheets
what I
off.
do when I go to a friend's house, take all the sheets off, put them in the washer, or where can I put the sheets and towels?
Yeah,
that I use?
there you go. Okay, that makes sense to me. Brad from Crystal Lake chiming in, 800-990-3776. And Chewy, he's with you in more ways than one. I'll explain in a moment. He says, at a minimum, I would go with a thank you card with a gift card inside to a really nice restaurant in the local area. The gift card would at least cover the full meal for you and Angie. And the reason why he's with you in more than one, I would assume that Brad in Crystal Lake sent this via talk to text, because instead of saying at a minimum, it says Adam minimum.
Man after my own heart. That's wonderful.
Oh, man. DJ in the Saw. I've been the quote-unquote loaded person offering to pay for trips, meals, etc. I've never asked for anything in return. A thank you is always enough. If I didn't get an unprompted thank you, I just wouldn't invite that person again. Simple gratitude is enough for me, which seems the gratitude is what's enough for you.
Yes.
You just don't want you want something more than they thank you as they're leaving, walking out the door.
A card would have been wonderful,
Yep.
or a follow-up
What
card
if they would
or
have?
something.
What if they would have left like Ashton did, like a little note in the room that they stayed?
Would have went a million miles. Would have meant. But as we all know today, in today's world, it's all handout, and it's all about myself, Because I have a daughter whose friends who went to Ohio State. The difference in 4 years between her and my son's friends, her friends never say thank you. Never.
Really?
Never. My son's kids, when they go to Florida for spring break, they send handwritten notes. That's just where this world is moving to. It's all about me. Me. What's in it for me? Give me me. And I think that's on us.
As parents?
I think it is. Maybe we haven't done a good job.
I don't have any kids, so I can't.
Yeah.
I guess I'm absolved. Ashton and I are absolved of that responsibility right now.
Way to go, Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have nieces and nephews.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm sure you bring your niece to Brewer games all the time, right?
Yep. Oh, and I've got like my sister, and again, it was from my niece is 4 at this point, but my Christmas present from my niece one year was a keychain with a picture of the two of us at the Brewer game,
which is great.
It was fantastic.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I'm not expecting a
So I take some of the blame
from the 4-year-old.
I take some of the blame.
Okay, how much of the blame?
How much has Ashton given me for making him a man?
I mean, I think you should get 98%.
Would you like to respond
he's
to that?
he's answering the call from a fan. He's always somehow conveniently on the phone.
I thought I made myself clear about the percentage that you will be receiving for my current happiness. It's 0.
That is.
Have we pulled? I feel like we've already pulled this once, haven't we?
Ashton,
Does
10%? You can't give me 10. See, now he's acting like my buddy.
We can't go
I mean?
from 98 to 10 and you be happy.
I would take any acknowledgement.
1%.
I would take any acknowledgement as long as it was over 10%.
10%.
All right. That's fine.
10%?
Yes. Yes, I will take that.
All right. Everyone is gearing up for the start of the football season for the green and gold. We've got your chance to see the new QB under center live and in person thanks to Mars Cheese Castle. Head to Mars Cheese Castle in Kenosha now to enter. All you have to do is go to Mars Cheese Castle, scan the QR code inside the store. You fill out the form, and then you're entered for the chance to win the pair of tickets to the Sunday, September 10th opener in Chicago. You have until Tuesday, September 5th to enter at Mars Cheese Castle, but only one fan can be crowned the Big Cheese and win these 2 tickets. Visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com for official contest rules.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. It's Labor Day week here on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by Perky's Old Fashioned, a ready-to-pour bourbon or brandy mix with the alcohol already in it. Just add the soda of your choosing to their Perky's brandy or bourbon mix and enjoy. Find your nearest Perky's location at PerkySpirits.com and get 15% off Perky's merch using the code PERKY15. Happy Labor Day from 94.5 ESPN and Perky's Old Fashioned. Get perked up. Perky's is your local bartender in a bottle.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
That's Mike saying good morning. It's the best he can do right now. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky. What Mike could use is a fresh start. And Irish Spring Body Wash. The fresh scent of Irish Spring and those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset Mike needs. Now he's ready to go to work. It's Sunday. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast. With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, it's John Reitz. At Great Midwest Bank, we live our Simply Giving mission by supporting local causes. Here's Dave Grams, Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Association Wisconsin, with a message about the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
For over 40 years, the Alzheimer's Association has been dedicated to Alzheimer's care, support, and research. Our Walk to End Alzheimer's event is the world's largest fundraiser for Alzheimer's efforts. Your participation helps contribute to dementia care, awareness, and progress towards the devastating disease. There are 27 walks across the state of Wisconsin this fall. Join us at Milwaukee's Lakefront on September 17th. It's the 18th largest walk in the nation. Walk for someone in your life living with dementia. Together, we can walk toward a future without Alzheimer's.
Thanks, Dave. Find a walk near you and sign up for the Walk to End Alzheimer's at alz.org/walk. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local, simply giving, equal housing lender.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I have told you about the delicious pizza and Italian snacks that you can find at Proof Pizza inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel. But now there's even more to be excited about. The restaurant has added new sandwiches to the menu. Available every day from 11 to 4, you can enjoy items like the Red Rock Chicken BLT, the Meatball Hero, and more. Order from the counter at Proof or directly from the bar at St. Kate. Explore the new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Look, you take Jesus and the presents out, and it's not even in the top 10.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you take sex out of the anniversary, then that's not that fun either.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We'll get to more of that reaction about Chewy and the house guest he has not received a thank you card from as the show continues to go on. But I stumbled across this piece of sound yesterday, and I just want to know if you're familiar with this story, Chew, and I want to know if you can tell me what Andy Reid is talking about. So Andy Reid joined the Green Light Pod with Chris and Kyle Long, and here's the story he had to tell about a time he got a play from an unlikely source in Green Bay.
You look everywhere, though. High school, college. I mean, at least I've heard rumors that you've got guys that go down to the bottom of the ranks to find new concepts and things you might want to go with. Have you ever actually taken something from high school?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I took one from a janitor one time at Green Bay. I mean,
No, wait, you got to tell me this.
Well, no, we had a janitor. It was a mom and pop group that cleaned our facility forever, and then they worked game day. And, this guy kept telling me he was the owner of the company, the father of the family. And he goes, I've got this play for you. And he kept telling me this over and over. Finally, I said, okay, here's a card. Draw up the play. And he drew up the play. I go, dang, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We called the play just before halftime, and it scored. And he starts hitting his wife, and he's going, that's my play. That's my play. And she's going, yeah, right. Yeah, sure it is. And that, we'll take it from anywhere.
I do remember that. I was going to say before he told us that we scored, and it was a red zone play. Andy's got some great stories because Andy was one of those guys, a little brown noser, but he'd show up at the facility at 4:00 in the morning. First one in the building. And this is the old Lambeau. This is the Lombardi. Remember with the brick facade that was tan and stuff like that, and there was a coach's entrance. Well, he said more than one time, dudes would come right from the bar and said they wanted to audition to place kick. Oh, jeez. Andy said more than one time. And some of the stuff you just wouldn't believe.
Wait, so do you remember what the play was?
I don't, but I remember the story. I remember it was a red zone play.
Yeah.
And Andy probably saw him at the wee hours of the morning because he was the first one in.
When Andy installed this play, did he tell you guys it was from the janitor?
No, never. No. That was after.
So when did you
game?
I don't. But I do remember the story.
At what point did Andy tell you, hey, that play was from the janitor?
Gosh, I don't know, but I remember it was a red zone play. But that happened more than once.
Yeah.
Hell, I would give him plays. He wouldn't even take my play.
Wait, the janitor ranked higher than you?
Of course it was 4 tight end set.
Well, you only had 3, so you'd have had to pick up a 4th tight end.
Yeah. But we were constantly drawing stuff up, under Sherman and stuff like that, and we'd give him suggestions. So that's not uncommon. Not uncommon at all.
Getting one from the janitor might be uncommon.
Hey. Janitor was all state from Shiocton. Went both ways. Punted, kicked. This guy knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. He was drawing up that play.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
On my streaming service.
Oh, boy.
Right? I was blown away. I went to one section of it where I've never been before.
Uh-oh. Is this because of yesterday's show?
I swear to God, I'll take a screenshot of it.
Please don't.
You don't know how.
Yeah.
Don't get off track. Keep going.
You know what movie is on my streaming service?
Shawshank Redemption.
Reggie's Prayer.
Oh, jeez.
I swear, Gabe. Reggie's Prayer.
Reggie's Prayer?
If you haven't seen it, see it. Brett and Holmgren are outstanding. Little upset that I didn't get a cameo, but I couldn't believe it. Reggie's
Prayer. I had that on VHS. I didn't realize they digitized it off of the VHS to make it available anywhere.
So bad, but so good.
I can't even begin to describe what Reggie's Prayer is, so you're just going to have to Google it on your own, folks.
Yeah. Telling you.
Should expectations be different in Green Bay? Well, one person in charge doesn't think so. The other? Well, he thinks they should be. We'll dive into that contrasting sound in 2 minutes. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN.
A few problems out on the road right now. First of all, westbound 94, just about at 124th Street, we have some debris in the left lane that's making folks kind of swerve around this thing. So just be careful as you're heading through there. We've got an accident on northbound 894, right about at National Avenue. It's off on the right shoulder. And then our problem on 894 eastbound. We've got the left lane blocked east of 60th Street, almost around Loomis. It's an accident, and it's backing things up through the hail in all directions. And also everybody on the westbound side slowing down to take a peek at what's going on there. So we got delays coming out of the Mitchell interchange as well. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 77 inland. Tonight, mainly clear and mild, a low of 58 at the lake, 52 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Get pumped up, guys. Potawatomi Casino is bringing 24/7 sports betting to our great city of Milwaukee. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Have you been lately? Why haven't you been to the Potawatomi Sportsbook? It's one of my favorite places in all of Milwaukee. My wallet would disagree, but I digress. I'm the boss of the wallet, not vice versa. You can enjoy the convenience of self-service kiosks, odds boards, wall-to-wall TVs, free parking, great food, and a full-service bar. Put your game face on, Milwaukee. It is time to bet big and bet bold at the Potawatomi Sportsbook at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
O'Reilly. Increase your vehicle's performance and gas mileage with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up to eliminate carbon and varnish deposits. Get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for $10, plus 2 times O Rewards points. See your O'Reilly Auto Parts store for details or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Susan has always wanted to live in a chateau. I like a certain je ne sais quoi. While Jake is more into the Cape Cod style home.
It's a classic look.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they can save even more. In the end, Susan and Jake found a Cape Cod style home where they will only speak French.
Bonjour, je t'aime, merci beaucoup, and cordon bleu.
You'll get better with time. Bundling without compromise at Geico.com.
Hey, it's Greg Scalzo and Ben Bruss.
Catch us Monday through Friday, 4 to 6.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We kissed, but we didn't make out by definition of tongue.
No,
so I don't know how to look at that.
No, it's definitely tongue, because my wife's Italian and she kisses everyone. I'm like, enough, all right? You don't have to kiss everyone in the flipping room.
I'm going on record right now. That was my last kiss, although I am getting off the kiss program with her. Well, frankly, outside of a sexual relationship, I don't see the point to it. I'm not thrilled with all the handshaking either, but one step at a time.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
No wonder I got this thing growing on my flipping lip right now. So, yes, there has to be tongue involved.
This is going to be my first opportunity to not kiss her hello.
What is the big deal about putting your lips on somebody's face?
It's the obligation. As soon as this person comes in, you know you have to do this.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
We did start the show today by talking about a story Chewy shared. Somebody that he's not super close with, old neighbor that he grew up with. Stayed with him for 3 days. Chewy provided some Packers tickets, some Brewers tickets, has not received a thank you card or anything like that. And he's wondering if he's right to be a little irked by this. A couple of more the reactions that we have here on the Talking Text line, 800-990-3776, with some questions. I think these are fair questions. Would a thank you text be enough at a minimum? Like if he texted you today, hey, had a great time, this meant the world to my son, really appreciate it. Would a thank you text be good enough?
Having listened to the show.
I mean, I don't know if he listened to the show or not.
If he listened to the show, then no.
Okay.
Or it got back to him, no. But that's bare bones, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Ashy, is that fine?
To me, it has to be like a long, heartfelt text. A call would be better.
Yeah, Chewy's not answering a call.
Yeah, I'm not answering the phone.
All right, well, then yes. If it's a heartfelt text, then I would say it's acceptable. Bottom, though. You're right, bare bottom.
JR in the car says, I was born in 88. I'm ignorant to this. Wouldn't it even dawn on me to write a thank you if I said thank you when I was leaving? So maybe he thought that was enough.
Oh.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe this is maybe Chewy's right, and it is a parenting thing. Because I think I can speak for both yourself and myself, Gabe. I feel like our parents brought us up that way to do that. Chewy, you've explained that the reason, like, you think the same thing. It's like you just be courteous to other people. Like, it feels like a simple thing that you've seen other people do.
Well, he's 52.
I know, but like, so maybe he has not really thought of it. Or like growing up, maybe he has never done this. Maybe it's not a one-off. Maybe it's just not in his nature.
Yeah, maybe it is a parenting thing. And I was just telling Gabe because the Nebraska volleyball came on where there were 92,000 people there. Unbelievable. So I am a very peripheral friend of one of the guys that lives in Nebraska that went to the game. And I said, I invited him up for the Ryder Cup years ago.
A couple years ago.
He paid for his own tickets. He stayed at the house because he is friends with my buddy,
the Spaniard,
who
has been on the show before.
On the show, and he bought up the best steaks I've ever had in my life. Not only cooked them for that night for 8 of us, he bought me another round of steaks for me to have at a later date.
Boom, perfect.
Boom, roasted. That's what you do.
Jeff in the 920 stayed with my brother in Phoenix for 3 days. We ate 3 meals a day. And the last night we stayed, we took him and his wife to a nice restaurant. He was happy. He said we didn't have to, but we insisted. That's part of this. Like, I feel like, and there's a Seinfeld episode where, Jerry and George are talking about, just going out for a date. Yes, you're going to pay for it, but you just want someone to reach for the check, right? Like you want to do the little dance of they reach for it. You say, no, I insist. And then you end up paying for the meal. That's all part of this, this whole dance of living in the society that we live in. Hey, just, a little thank you. Not that bad.
Yeah.
If you want to continue to react, we'll take those, 800-990-3776. But Brian Gutekunst spoke yesterday, and I just don't understand why he insists on saying one thing when his actions are pushing him another way, especially when his head coach says a different thing. But the one thing for Brian Gutekunst this entire offseason, this is not a rebuild. Expectations don't change around here. All these different things. And he stuck by it yesterday when he stepped up to the podium.
For me, the expectation is to go out and try to win every game that we play. You're not going to win them all. I mean, in my lifetime, nobody has, right? So, but at the same time, you got to learn and grow from every situation, whether we win or we lose, the ups and downs. You have to learn and grow from that and continue to get better. The teams that have a chance to win a championship are the teams that are getting better each week and really kind of towards that end of the season and are at their best, So that's what I expect. That's my expectations. And hopefully that will lead us to accomplish the goals that we want to accomplish. But, I know that there's been a lot of talk about the youth and all that, but it's like, that's no excuse. I mean, these guys were brought in for us to be better than we were last year. And, they were all brought here for a reason. So now they got to come together as a team, and they got to do that, and that takes a lot of time and effort. And certainly guys who have more experience are more used to that. But the expectations don't change.
I agree with most of it. I think Goody is in our camp.
Is he though? Because
no, I think he's in our camp, Gabe, from the standpoint he has no idea how this season's going to turn out.
Yeah. But you can't sit up there and be like, oh, yeah, youth is no excuse. We're still going to... I'm not doubting that you're going to go out there and try to win every game. I'm not doubting that. But the expectations of this team should be something, I don't know, maybe a little closer to what Matt LaFleur had to say yesterday during his media availability.
I think you just take each moment in stride and try to continue to learn and grow no matter what the outcome. And you can't get totally focused on the outcome. You got to be, I'm a process-driven guy anyways, and I think our coaches and players are as well. And so you just take everything in stride and try not to, I never want to put a label on this group or box us in a corner and say what we can and cannot do. I mean, we're going to keep pushing them and push them as far as they can go.
But he's more about the process than the results this year, which is what this team has to be when you're this young. And maybe those results end up surprising you, but you got to be about the process, set those processes up, have a good base so you have something good going forward.
Yeah, LaFleur's a little more realistic. Look, when we were players and the coaches tried to sell it and it's a bunch of crap, we knew it was a bunch of crap. They knew that we knew it was a bunch of crap. The whole line of next man up.
Yep.
Next man up. Oh, we lost Reggie. Next man up. Who we got? Matt LeBounty. We don't miss a beat. Really? Really? You're going to try to sell that? We're not going to miss a beat with the difference between Reggie White and Matt LeBounty.
You shouldn't have to do anything different.
I'm not disparaging Matt LeBounty because Matt LeBounty was a good football player. But Reggie White was one of the best players to ever play in this league.
Reggie was incredibly special.
Yes. And that's where Goody's kind of...
The movie Reggie's Prayer wasn't special, but Reggie himself was special.
I would definitely go with the LaFleur angle than I would the Goody because, come on, Goody. You're playing with rookies.
Well, okay,
right?
so...
It takes a while to come up to speed in this league, and I think they're going to find out throughout the season. And it's like you said, there's going to be some really good times and some times like, wow, I can see this team develop, and I could see him being good in 3 years. And there's going to be, what the hell are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's just what goes along with being young. You know, to discount like, oh, there's really no difference between rookie and a seventh-year player. Well, then you're just stupid.
The problem with Brian Gutekunst saying, "Oh yeah, there's no excuse." There's no excuse. My problem with that is, if you want me to treat this like you have to be better then your job is on the line, Goody, because there is not a Packers general manager who has made the playoffs then missed the playoffs twice that kept their job.
Yeah.
Like, as the general manager, Ted Thompson missed the playoffs twice early. He missed it in 2005, 2006. Packers were 4-12, 8-8. Went to the playoffs, missed the playoffs, but then they went on that run where they went, with Aaron Rodgers how many years in a row. And then by the time they got around to missing the playoffs back-to-back seasons in 17 and 18, well, that's when we had the whole regime change happen.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't, in Green Bay, if the expectations are the expectations and there's no excuse because you're young, then if you miss the playoffs, and I'm not, by the way, I don't think Goody should be on the hot seat, man. Like, I think Goody's doing the right things in terms of, hey, we were pushed up against the salary cap. Now's the time to trade Aaron Rodgers. Now's the time to try to hit this reset button, go with this youth movement. I think he's doing the right things. And by the way, his actions say one thing while his words are saying something else. Because in the past, he said, well, if you have championship expectations, you have a championship kicker. And you're going with Anders Carlson, who's struggled this camp, right? He's struggled. Well, we'll wait to see if he continues to struggle.
Good day, bad day.
Yeah, but which is fine.
Which is not good for a kicker in this league.
No.
Yeah.
But it's fine for this year.
Sure.
Because you're hoping that he can develop that confidence. So by the time you actually want to compete to win championships, whether that's next year, whether that's the year after, he's going to have that confidence to do that going forward. I don't understand why Gutekunst's actions say one thing and he just refuses to admit what he's doing when he steps to the podium. Because, like you said, players aren't stupid, fans aren't stupid.
Yeah, they're not dumb. Well, some fans are dumb. Some fans are dumb.
Some
and
players
that's what
are
we're
dumb.
trying to cushion.
I'm sure
we're trying to cushion the Dan Orlovsky's like, this team is an NFC championship worthy team. I mean, come on.
I mean, I'm sure there's a certain player, and I don't know who it would have been, Chew, that would have been chomping at the bit behind Reggie White and thought, oh, yeah, I'm just as good as Reggie the second he stepped in, right? Like, there's some stupid player out there that would think that.
There is, but players aren't, well, some of them are dumb. But we all look, we know, like, go back to 93. We know we're not winning the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're not winning the Super Bowl. Hell, the coaches knew we're not winning the Super Bowl. Now, in 93, could we sneak into the playoffs?
Yeah.
Sure, that's a goal. You don't set a goal like, Super Bowl or bust, or we suck. It's
And guess what you did in 93?
We made the playoffs.
And guess what you did?
For the first time, and we beat Detroit in Detroit. Yeah.
Not only did you sneak in, then you won a playoff game. And
Sure.
that set the base for what you guys would then build in 94, 95, eventually ending in the 96 Super Bowl win.
The only way Goody is on the hot seat is, and I don't think there's a chance of this happening, is that Jordan Love is a complete disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Like if they are hit by the injury bug, where they lose, two of their star players on offense and then just cannot do a thing, then maybe.
But even then, like he gave himself an out if Jordan Love is terrible, which, based on what we've seen, I don't think he's terrible.
No, I don't think he will be terrible.
I don't think that's going to happen. But if he was terrible, he was smart enough to give himself an out. So I'm not calling for Goody's head here. I'm just calling for him to be real with us when he steps to the podium.
But if you listen to that, it's like where we're at. He has no idea.
Yeah.
Has no idea.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. Absolutely fine.
Because when you have a team that's this young, that youth is such a wild card.
Why do people discount youth so much? Not a portion of people discount it.
Yeah.
Like, why? If you look at numbers of studs in this league and you go back to the rookie year,
handful of them are really good.
A small handful.
Yeah.
Small.
It just takes time, man.
No, it does take time. It's a process. Moneyball, it's a process.
It's a process.
It's a process. It's a process.
It doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. That's where Mentality comes in. Local healthcare facilities specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. I was dealing with low testosterone, didn't even know it. But maybe you're tired, groggy. Just don't feel like yourself. Don't have that energy to attack and get through your day the way you had even just a year or so ago. Well, that could be low testosterone, and it's easy to find out and easy to fix. If you go to Mentality's website, lowtusa.com, you book an appointment with them, talk some things over, get a blood panel done. Within a week, you get that blood panel back. And then, after you get that results back, and if your testosterone levels are low, you can begin to work with them on a customized testosterone treatment plan just for you. That's right. It's not one size fits all. It is customized just for you to get you and where your testosterone levels should be. Go to lowtusa.com. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Learn more about Mentality and their low testosterone treatments at lowtusa.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
A few problems out on the road right now. First of all, westbound 94, just about at 124th Street, we have some debris in the left lane that's making folks kind of swerve around this thing. So just be careful as you're heading through there. We've got an accident on northbound 894, right about at National Avenue. It's off on the right shoulder. And then our problem on 894 eastbound. We've got the left lane blocked east of 60th Street, almost around Loomis. It's an accident, and it's backing things up through the hail in all directions. And also everybody on the westbound side slowing down to take a peek at what's going on there. So we got delays coming out of the Mitchell interchange as well. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 77 inland. Tonight, mainly clear and mild, a low of 58 at the lake, 52 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Football guy.
Just as long as they're 18-wheelers that are full of inventory, don't jackknife on the highway, then everything will be fine.
Football guy.
Why would you put that out in the universe? Why would you do that?
You psycho.
Yeah, you psychopath. It's not healthy, Jason. What are you doing?
Coming at it from different views.
Come on.
I'm a psycho and a moron.
Wilde and Tausch. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about two things. The one-of-a-kind wood-fired flavor of a Traeger Ironwood XL grill. And football. That's right, Desmond Howard. Get fired up for the game in just a tap with Traeger's intuitive touchscreen. Then throw on your favorites and monitor the grill from anywhere with Wi-Fi technology. So you spend less time staring at the grill, which means more time for football. For football. Upgrade your Saturday with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year. Which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaukee County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by the legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, settled amongst 250 acres of beautiful private land. The Bog caters to golfers of all skill levels, offering a golf experience unlike any other. Come enjoy the finest golf greens in Wisconsin, and after your round, enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
Here in Wisconsin, a good old-fashioned is an important way of life. And that's where my friends at Perky's Old Fashioned come in. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to tell you about the easiest way to put together an old-fashioned. Perky's offers both brandy and bourbon old-fashioned mixes. And get this, the booze is already in there. Just add the soda of your choosing, and you'll have Grandma Perky's old-fashioned in the palm of your hand. Perky's is locally made and great for get-togethers of all kinds. Get perked up and head to perkysspirits.com for your nearest Perky's location.
Huddle up, Milwaukee. Ewald Automotive is calling a 2-minute warning on remaining 2023s. Rush in today for Ewald's Model Year Closeout Sales Event. Shop every 2023 model at the lowest prices of the year. Score big with our low price guarantee. And go long with our 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. So make the winning play. Get to the Model Year Closeout Sales Event going on now. Go to EwaldAuto.com.
The top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pie. Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken.
Show me chicken!
Sponsored by Milwaukee Pretzel Company. Win a Bavarian soft pretzel lovers gift pack from the Milwaukee Pretzel Company. Shop now at milwaukeepretzel.com.
So I actually have a couple of lists in front of me. I'll let Chewy choose. He'll decide. Dealer's choice today. Each list has 8 things on it. Chewy the guess until he gets one incorrect. After he does that, we'll open up to you, the fans, 800-990-3776. And whoever closes out the list, that means they will win that prize pack, courtesy of our friends at Milwaukee Pretzel Company, which are sold, by the way, on the Rots Hots food truck. I had one 2 weeks ago when Ashton was out in West Dallas, stopped on my way out to a high school football game on a Friday night, and I'm like, you know what? I want a pretzel today. Oh, it was good.
They're good pretzels. Now we call those on the truck. Side note, that's our quality control test. Is we test the pretzel every day just to make sure everything's firing and working.
You got to make sure.
So he's just doing a straight pretzel?
Yeah, if you want to get cheese with it, you can.
Ooh, that's
you can get some rot sauce on the side if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. And come the fall, I'll whip up some of my pumpkin butter to go along with it. If you want a dessert one.
So childish.
Oh,
it just sounded funny.
Pumpkin butter?
Whipping it up.
Whipping up your pumpkin?
He knows what I was doing.
Were you? Was that intentional?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You did? Okay.
You wouldn't have the confidence
Get on
to do
with the
that
list.
3 years ago, okay?
Get on with the list.
I want 14% now.
You get 10 or less.
College football or NFL, Chew?
Let's go college.
All right. Most wins in college football history. Programs with the most wins, we will go Division I FBS history.
Well, let's start
which would knock out Yale. Yale would be in the top 8.
Damn it.
But because I'm going to go FBS, I don't want people to be guessing.
Let's
Ivy League
start
schools.
with my new team.
You're such a douchebag. Ribbit. The Ohio State University is tied for second, 953 wins all time.
Let's go Alley.
Roll Tide, tied with Ohio State.
Let's
953.
go Tejas.
Number 5.
Did I run this
wins.
last time?
You did. You ran it last week.
Can you run it 2 weeks in a row?
I could, but I'm not going to.
Okay, we'll see.
Because I got yelled at for doing it. Because we weren't able to give a pretzel away.
Just leave one. Just leave one. That's
so let's go with USC.
Number 13 on the list with 867 wins.
So I'm out?
You're out.
Okay. I did that on purpose, Ashley.
You could have just left one left.
No, I can't lie. I actually thought they would be a
But again, guess it's a pretty good guess. 800-990-3776. The college football programs with the college football FBS programs. So again, schools like Yale, Harvard, Penn, Princeton, Mount Union being a Division III team would be up there. But,
really?
Yeah. Mount Union's won 840 games. They'd be 16th all-time in all levels of college football. Wow. Which is pretty cool.
I knew it was a good program. I didn't know it was
You
that
didn't realize it was that good?
Yeah.
They win 68% of their games all time. It's insane. 800-990-3776. FBS, college football schools, most wins all time. Chewy got the two teams tied for second in Ohio State and Alabama. You need to close out the other six at 800-990-3776.
We got some games on tonight, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nebraska, Minnesota.
Yep.
Probably the best one.
That's the best one. Best one of the weekend, though, is not until Sunday.
Is that the best one?
Yeah, you got two top 10
Alabama,
teams.
Texas?
No, that's next week.
Oh.
That's next week.
That would be an awesome game.
Yeah, that'll be a real good game.
That is going to be an awesome game. But the only game featuring two top 10 teams is LSU, Florida State.
What is Jen at?
South Carolina, North Carolina.
Ah, why? Oh.
What do you mean, why? Because South Carolina, North Carolina is a rivalry game?
Well, I was going to say Florida State, LSU, but that's...
It's not till Sunday. Yeah, it's not till Sunday.
I know.
And it's in Orlando.
Oh, is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Camping World Stadium in Orlando.
I've been there.
We'll start with Garrett in Waukesha. Garrett, you're up first. We are looking for the top 8 college football programs, most wins all time in FBS. Chewy has Ohio State, Alabama. Clean slate for you. You can start with the other 6. What do you got?
Michigan.
Michigan is number 1. 989
Wow.
wins all time.
Okay.
Texas.
Oh, Chewy, okay,
Already
Texas,
guessed, yep.
Texas is correct. Chewy did guess Texas, so you get to go again. Texas is number 5.
Oh, okay. What about Notre Dame?
They're number 4, so we have the top 5 on the list.
Nice.
Michigan, Ohio State, Bama, Notre Dame, Texas. You just need the bottom 3.
Keep rolling.
You said Yale's not included.
So
FBS?
Yale, Harvard, Penn, those are FCS
Okay.
programs, not FBS programs.
What about Nebraska?
Nebraska is number 8 on the list. 912 wins all time, FBS programs, leaving us with just 2 more.
Trying to think.
Need an answer.
5
What about
seconds.
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma is number 6.
All right.
On the list, we just have one more left.
I think that's it. I don't know.
All right, he's out. Garrett.
Good job, Garrett.
Garrett got us a long way on that list.
Boston College.
Oh boy.
Don't do it. Just don't do it to
Okay,
me.
I'm going to start scrolling.
Can we guess
How many teams are in FBS?
231.
231?
No, it's like 100
I don't know.
All right, I'll say 84.
So all time, so this would include Division 2, 3, FCS. Boston College is 53.
I'll take that all day long.
Pretty good. Top 55. Look at that.
Ahead of programs like Cal, Iowa, TCU.
Really?
You're better than Rogers. Look at that. And Ferentz.
I'm going to buy a hat.
Ahead of Miami.
That's the you. More
We
like the
are
snooze.
the real deal. Unfortunately, I was only responsible for about 9 of those.
Yeah, but you got your guy. So.
I did get my guy.
Oh, man. All right, we'll see if David in Pewaukee. David, can you close out our list? FBS, college football programs, most wins all time. Michigan is number 1. Ohio State and Bama tied for 2. Notre Dame is 3. Notre Dame is 4. Texas is 5. Oklahoma 6. Nebraska is 8. We just need number 7 on the list. Do you have it, David in Pewaukee?
Georgia?
Georgia would be number 9 on the list.
Good guess. I thought they'd be a little farther down.
868 wins all time for Georgia. We'll go to Sherry in Franklin. Sherry, do you have the team that is number 7 all time college football wins in FBS?
Penn State.
Penn State is the correct answer.
Sherry.
920 wins all time for Penn State.
Love Penn State.
Sherry, congratulations. You win that prize pack courtesy of our friends at Milwaukee Pretzel Company.
So this was a Big Ten heavy list.
Yeah. I mean, they've been around. If I were to do this by so most games played all time, Rutgers, Navy, Michigan, Nebraska, Penn State, Virginia, Texas. So, I mean, in terms of winning, yeah. Big Ten.
Yeah.
Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Nebraska, all in the Big Ten.
Where's Wisconsin?
Wisconsin is 33rd all-time, all F.
Yeah.
With everything mixed in there.
That's pretty good.
Can't do the quick math.
After some very lean years.
They are
80s,
around
90s.
Arkansas, Navy, ahead of Minnesota, Michigan State, UNC, and Army.
Okay. That's a good list.
Yeah, good list. Wisconsin, by the way, opens up 2:30 on Saturday against Buffalo, the Bulls. And our coverage with Wisconsin College Game Day will begin at 12:30. Don't forget to tune in right after the game as well for Wisconsin College Game Day post-game. First game of the Luke Fickell era.
Excited?
I am. I'm excited for Wisconsin football this year. Just kind of curious to see because
I'm just not a big fan of the air raid.
Typically, though, it's going to be interesting to see how it works at the University of Wisconsin. But I feel like in order to take them into the new era of college football, they needed to make a change offensively.
Yes.
And usually when you hire a head coach, it's all about, we have to, we got to get our guys in here. It's going to take some time. But now, with the way the transfer portal works and the way that Luke Fickell was able to get wide receivers and quarterbacks and some pretty important positions into the program quickly,
yeah,
like that to me ups the pressure for year one of Luke
total
Fickell.
pressure because the 3 yards in a cloud of dust, which they kind of morphed a little farther than that.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason they were able to do that year in, year out is because this place, Wisconsin, produces O-linemen left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the air raid offense, you got to have skills. You got to have a dual threat quarterback. You got to have explosive. You got to have guys that can run. That means California, Texas, Florida, SEC country. You have to steal some of those receivers in order to run the air raid. So, I mean, he did it at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm
It's going to
excited.
be different. It's going to be a lot different.
Very, very different.
Very different.
But I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be exciting. We'll continue to dive into, Chewy asked to put a poll in the field. I want to continue to break that poll down coming up next here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But I do want to remind you it's Labor Day week here on 94.5 ESPN. It's sponsored by Perky's Old Fashioned, a ready-to-pour bourbon or brandy mix. Just add the soda of your choosing and enjoy. Find your nearest Perky's location at perkyspirits.com and get 15% off of Perky's merch using the code Perky's15.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Delays along eastbound 94 are going to be stretching all the way out of the Zoo interchange through the stadium. We do have an accident northbound on 894 at National Avenue, off on the right shoulder. Left lane is blocked on 894 eastbound because of a crash right just east of 60th Street. And that has things backed up all the way through the Hale interchange in all directions. And southbound 43 going to be a slow ride from before Bender Road all the way down past Keith. The northbound side very heavy out of the Marquette up past Keith. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 77 inland tonight, mainly clear and mild, a low of 58 at the lake, 52 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lozigan, 94.5 ESPN.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality Men's Health. We hear stories every day in our clinics that what used to work for guys doesn't anymore. Increase cardio, cut out certain food, nothing stops the changes in their bodies, especially the weight. The fact is, years of decreasing testosterone has packed on the belly fat that won't go away. We've introduced a medication, semaglutide, that helps drop 15% of the body weight on average while preserving testosterone. Join the over 20,000 Mentality clients and jumpstart your results. In Milwaukee, go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Have you guys tried Celsius Energy Drink yet? If you haven't, can I tell you all about it? It's the clean energy drink that I need, that you need to stay energized all day long. And trust me, I need Celsius to get through this show with these knucklehands and, of course, to do my college football responsibilities all fall long. You can find Celsius at your local Pick and Save stores or online at Amazon.com. And that's what I do. I have it delivered right to the front door of my house. Then I can just grab them as I'm walking out the garage to come to the show in the morning. So that's what you should do as well. Pick and Save or online at Amazon. Celsius Energy Drink. Celsius Energy Drink. Live fit.
This is the year to buy the woman you love a big anniversary diamond.
What's a big anniversary diamond?
A big anniversary diamond is any diamond that's at least twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
A big anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
People are always so happy when they see the price we can give them.
Kessler's has wonderful prices on 1 carat, carat and a half, 2 carat, and 3 carat big anniversary diamonds.
People will ask you about your big diamond everywhere you go.
So big anniversary diamonds are the hot new trend?
It began with men buying big anniversary diamonds for the women they love. But now it's gone to a whole new level.
Women are now buying big anniversary diamonds for their men.
Women are saying, two can play that game.
I like games that two can play.
Everybody likes games that two can play.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
AutoZone is more than a parts store. It's where we help you solve problems like, sorry I'm late, my battery died. And
I need a jump again.
At America's #1 battery destination, you can find the right battery at the right price with options starting at only $89.99. And we offer free battery testing and charging whenever you need it. Get the parts and help you need to get the job done right at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive, of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Pick up everything you need to wrap up summer and head into Labor Day at Fleet Farm. Get deals on cookout favorites and snacks like an American Gourmet 3-burner gas grill by Charbroil, on sale $149.99. A 16-pound bag of Kingsford charcoal briquettes, $9.99. 24-pack of Fleet Farm bottled water, just $3. And 1-pound bags of pistachios are just $6.49. We have what you need for your everyday life. Fleet Farm.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Excuse me. Hold on. Getting choked up over it. So, hold on. Give me a moment.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Chewy came up with a poll question. If the Packers ended with the season with 8 wins, would you be good with that? And so far, I mean, we've just gotten off to a slow start here, but 65% of people saying yes.
Okay. I thought it'd be 50-50.
Mitch saying, I wouldn't be upset, but I also wouldn't be good with that. I expect 7 or 8 wins, and that doesn't mean I'm happy about it. 10 wins, and I'd feel good. If the Packers win only 8 games, what does that say about the QB play? I'll tell you what, if the Packers win 8 games this year, I think the QB, you have to remember, and it seems like we just have amnesia about this, despite how many times I've screamed this from the mountaintops, but I've told a lot of people this over the last couple of weeks, because it's been a topic of conversation when I've been out and about. Like, I played a bunch of golf this past week with people I don't typically play with, and when they find out that I do a radio show here at ESPN Milwaukee, the first question inevitably is, hey, how do you think the Packers are going to be? And the first thing I say is, you have to remember that Aaron Rodgers took over a team that was 13-3 and hosted an NFC Championship game. And that team next year went, the next year went 6-10. And Aaron Rodgers played so well that 6 games in, Ted Thompson gave him a contract extension. And they went 6-10. But you felt good about the future of the franchise. If the Packers win 8 games this year, I think that says that Jordan Love is doing some really good things.
I think it's great.
If they win 8 games this year, Chew, I am going to be so excited and be talking about them doing some damage in the NFC playoffs in 2024. I would. You could not.
Because 8 wins would tell me the offense is tracking in the right direction.
Yep.
I don't know what it's going to say to us defensively, but I also wanted to ask you how low of a rank, and this isn't just for the Packers, how low of a rank, or maybe how high of a rank? No, let's go low. Okay. I don't know. You tell me.
All right. I don't know
what the defense be in order to win a Super Bowl?
Okay, so the question is, how bad can they be?
How bad can they be?
Depends on how good your offense is.
Can you win a Super Bowl with a 12 defense or a 13 defense?
Yeah, I'm willing to bet, and I'm going to look it up right now.
I don't think you can.
Kansas City's defense isn't very good. It's fine, but it's not good.
Yeah, but the lower the defense is, the higher the offense has to be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the Kansas City gets away with it because they have...
Were they one offensively? They were probably 1 or 2, depending on Philadelphia.
They led the league in yards. Yeah, they were 1 in yards and 1 in points offensively
and
last
then defensively,
year.
they were...
1, 2, 3, 4,
I mean,
5,
if you're
6,
1, yes, 9. I get it.
So they were 11th in yards... Kansas City was, and worse than that, they were just ahead of the Packers in points.
So 11, 16, so they were 13-ish?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wish ESPN.com would just number these damn things.
Yeah, I don't understand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
See, I think
13,
at the end
14,
of the
15.
day...
Yeah, they were 16th.
16.
So 11 and 16.
So 13. I think at the end of the day... I really think at the end of the day, this season is going to tell us more about the defense than it is the offense.
Why do you think that?
Because what is it going to take? And I asked Jason this months and months ago. How bad does Joe Barry have to finish in order to be fired? Because we can't keep plodding along at 15, 16, 18, you know. You can't plot. You just... And all that does is the farther you push it off into the future, the farther it pushes your development back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like young people. You don't come in and turn a defense around in the first year. Because there's a new scheme. Sometimes the personnel doesn't fit that new defensive coordinator's scheme, or you have to change players, so that sets them back. I really think at the end of the day, because are we going to be sitting here if they go 15 and it's the same kind of defense and go, okay, let's roll it back with the defense again? Because when you have 8 first-round picks on a defense, and this is an accumulation of what, over the last 4 or 5 years? Your defense should be much better than it is.
Yeah. I also feel it's very disingenuous. I feel that number when, and it's true. Right? Like, it's true that they have 8 first-round picks on that defense. But 3 of those picks, one is Eric Stokes, and who knows how good this guy's going to be. I mean, it seems like it's a pretty devastating injury that he's trying to come back from between his leg and foot, and he's starting the season on PUP. So he's not available, so now we're down to 7. One of those first-round picks is somebody that would not be on this team had you not given him the 5th-year option a couple of years ago. And now you're not happy about it because you had to bench him last year, and you're trying to figure out what you want to do at safety, and you're like, well, I guess we have to play him because he's getting paid like a starter. We really have no other choices. And the third one is Lucas Van Ness, who I think is eventually going to be good, but he's going to be on the Rashawn Gary plan. He's going to have a sack and a half, 2. He's not going to be a big impact player this year for the Packers because he's one of those players that needs time. Yes, he's got the physical tools. He just now needs time to learn how to use those physical tools at the NFL level. Like, I'm not expecting Lucas Van Ness to come in and be a world beater.
I actually think he's going to be a bigger project than Gary.
Could be.
You know.
But so those are 3 of those 8 first-round picks that you're talking about. So
yeah, but who's that on? Is that on Goody or is that on Joe Barry Carroll?
It's part of it's on Goody, part of it's on Joe Barry Carroll, and part of it's on probably Matt LaFleur.
Where do you think that line is? If Joe Barry finishes 15, is he back?
Has to be fired.
I know he has to be fired.
Has to be fired.
Will he be back?
I don't know.
There are
and that's
some
the scary
coaches
part.
that are married to their staff or whatever, and I'm like, hey, business is flipping business. I don't care if this is your buddy or whatever. If he doesn't get the job done, and I told my oldest Dylan at that, don't get caught up in that trap. Don't get caught up in the trap of, oh, your buddy, you got to fire your buddy, and if you don't, you're all going.
If they were able to explain to bring him back this year, because, we're going to do things different. It's going to be different now. Which isn't great. If you wanted to do things differently, you should probably hire someone who knows how to do it differently instead of hiring somebody who had an idea of what he wanted this defense to be, struck out doing that, and now you're forcing him to do something that he didn't want to come in here and do, right, and be this aggressive style defense. So if this new improved aggressive Joe Barry defense finishes similarly to what they did last year, what excuse can you use to bring him back? Is my point.
I have no
He's
idea.
He's got to go.
It's like when McCarthy relinquished his play calling duty. I thought that was the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
You're basically saying, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm going to relinquish it to someone else.
Or you thought you owed your buddy, hey, in order to keep you around, I'm going to give you the play calling. And then you end up having to take it back, and it just looks like a mess.
Like when you're a play caller, I mean, you go through ebbs and flows, but you have to be confident. And when you relinquish it, you're saying, I'm not confident. That's why I think he'll be canned this year. I think Dallas will be blown up.
I don't know.
That's like that, but it's the same parallel as Joe Barry. It's like, okay, this isn't what I'm going to do, but it's what the head coach is doing. And it's just...
If it's the Mike McCarthy that was calling plays at the end, yes, he'll probably get fired. But if it's the Mike McCarthy, and this is just to kind of pub the project we've been working on all summer, the Repackables podcast, which the one with Chewy and Craig was posted yesterday at ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter, or follow and like ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube to go back and watch that. We did the Fail Mary, which was interesting for a number of different reasons. But doing that project, like early Mike McCarthy, like, man, he was switching up personnel packages. He was doing all these different things that they eventually went away from, and they were more static. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, no motion, because that's the way that they evolved the offense with Aaron Rodgers, because it's what Rodgers wanted. And it worked for a while until it didn't. It got stale. If it's the McCarthy who's switching up things and personnel packages...
That's how I was brought up.
Yeah.
That's what we did. That's how I was brought up.
Then the Cowboys
and that's
really
what
good.
works.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You think the Cowboys are going to be decent this year?
Yeah, I think they're the third best team in the NFC.
I don't think so. Who do you got? You got San Fran, Philly?
Yeah. Probably. I mean, I would go Philly, San Fran, Dallas in that order as my top 3 teams in the NFC.
What if Dallas was in the AFC?
It'd be a different story. And if the AFC is so ridiculously stacked, Chew, it's stupid. Like, the Packers should consider themselves fortunate that they're in the NFC during this rebuild. Because otherwise you may have to play, and you're still going to have to play some juggernauts over from the AFC, but you'd be constantly playing juggernauts. That would be tough to kind of grow some confidence for the young guys.
I just don't buy it. I think they're going to flop. I think Seattle might be better, and I think New Orleans might be better.
Maybe New Orleans is better. I'm not buying Geno Smith stock.
No. They don't ask him to do a ton.
So a guy who's been in the league for 8 years is suddenly good?
Rich Gannon. I love having Rich Gannon in my wallet.
Yeah.
I really love...
What did Rich Gannon do the year after he won the MVP?
Crap down his leg.
That's what I'm saying. People can do it for 1 year. Doing it back to back?
I just think this year will tell us more about the defense if they're on the 3-year program more so than the offense.
Yeah. Well, because I think we feel pretty confident in Matt LaFleur in this offense to kind of develop these young players and Jordan Love. I think we feel pretty good about that. And Joe Barry's still the wild card. Man, it would have made so much...
It's a big wild card, though.
It would have made so much sense to get rid of him and just kind of do this whole rebuild thing all at the same time.
I would agree.
Just unfortunate that's the way it went. We'll see what else we put on polls, plus get to more your reaction on whether or not you'd be happy with 8 games for the Green Bay Packers coming up next.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Buckle up. It's all systems go at Potawatomi. Plug in to high wattage play and you could win an all-electric BMW i7. Play now through September with your club card. Prize drawings on Thursdays. There's a shocking $800,000 in total prizes on the line, including the luxury BMW i7. It's time to electrify your drive. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More info at paysbig.com/BMW. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
The postseason push is on! Be here as the Brewers battle the Phillies Friday, September 1st through Sunday, September 3rd. Show your school pride at College Theme Night on September 1st, presented by GE Healthcare. Plus, get set for September baseball with the Brewers Fleece Vest giveaway on Saturday the 2nd, presented by Hupie and Abraham. Get your seats today at brewers.com/promotions.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
Let's face it, talking about life insurance is never easy. But after we watched a close friend lose her husband with no insurance, we decided that wasn't going to happen to our family.
Yeah, but shopping for life insurance can be almost as difficult as talking about it.
But then we heard about Ethos Life Insurance. They're a new kind of life insurance, built for people on a busy schedule who don't have time for unnecessary doctor's visits, fine print, or hidden fees. You know, who want to keep it simple.
I couldn't believe how easy it was. We answered a few basic questions, and within minutes, we had an estimate of what it would cost and what sort of policy made sense for us.
I never imagined life insurance could be so affordable.
And accessible.
The peace of mind knowing that our future is secure, it just removes a lot of the fear around getting older and...
Yeah, the unexpected.
I'm glad we talked about it.
I'm glad we went with ethoslife.com.
Go to getethos.com now for your free estimate. That's getethos.com. Getethos.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Pop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join. You've made it, Badgers fans. It's officially game week, which means it's time to look inside the numbers of the 2023 Wisconsin football program. 2 days until kickoff for maybe the best 1-2 punch in the Big Ten and the country of Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi at running back. Malusi and Allen combined for over 1,700 yards on the ground last season for Wisconsin, which is just short of 76% of all rushing yards by the Badgers in 2022. The duo also combined for 14 touchdowns from scrimmage, and as Ches Malusi thinks,
I think we're best lowest punch in the country. Bundle a 250 series patio door and 8 double hung windows with hidden screens for as low as $188 per month at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin at PellaWI.com.
Friday Night Lights flip this switch on Thursday this week. Catholic Memorial takes on Milwaukee Lutheran Thursday night. Gabe Neitzel and Mike Podol get coverage started here on 94.5 ESPN Thursday night at 6:45. Catholic Memorial Football on 94.5 ESPN is brought to you by R&R Insurance, Gerald Nell Inc., Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, Wind Dancer Balloon Promotions, Suburban Asphalt, Perspire Sauna Studio, Home Sealed Exteriors, BC Adhesives, and Lake 5 Landscape Supply. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
His eyeball.
Wait. Where
do I get him?
I just assumed when I said wait, did you just think it was just a suggestion?
Yeah, pretty much. Typically.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang. Let's go out with a bang. I'm way too young to lie here forever. I'm way too old to
If the Packers win 8 games, would that make you happy? Would you be good with 8 games? That's a question we asked on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy poll. And right now, 61.7% of people are saying they would be good with 8 wins. Mark in Janesville, if we win 8 games, I'd be happy-ish. It's better than the Rodgers start with an already made roster in totality. I have the hopes that they luck out in the division or are riding the bubble. That's Trucker Mark.
I mean, I get it. People have been so used to
like somebody on the Twitter
going to
poll
the
said,
playoffs.
this is like a 70s or 80s goal. Like, man, every once in a while, you got to take a step back.
Yeah. And this is a rebuild, not a retool. To retool if you have a franchise quarterback, right?
Yep.
Like we went to in 98. That was a retool.
Yeah.
With
But you
Brett.
had Brett.
But you had Brett.
You had Leroy. You had Hall of Famers on that roster.
Yeah.
What are you, and maybe this is a question for tomorrow. What are you confident in this Green Bay Packers team?
I'm confident that Aaron Jones will be Aaron Jones.
Okay.
That's about it.
Like there's just a lot of mystery with this team.
So much.
There's
mystery.
a lot of mystery, and I know there's a lot of hope that I hope that Christian Watson ends up being really good. I hope that Romeo Doubs is really good, and that Jordan Love can develop. But there's so much damn mystery around this team.
It's going to be a lot of it's going to be, are they consistent? You know what I mean? Romeo Doubs is going to have his 120-yard game, but we talk about this with Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Has a big game and then disappears for 3. Who's going to be the consistent player on this team?
That's the problem.
Last year, Watson, right? Didn't do anything until that 4-game stretch, and then at the end disappeared again. Who's going to be the Devontae Adams? And that's kind of a stretch that we're asking right now. But who's going to be that consistent player? We go to defense, Gabe.
Yeah.
Okay, they want to play aggressive. Your 2 safeties are guys.
At best. At best, they're guys.
Can you play consistent with 2 guys on the back end that it's more dangerous when your corners play aggressive?
Yeah.
That exposes them.
Yeah, no, Damian from Watertown, I'm confident in inconsistency. It's just...
I tell you what, I'm excited.
But
I am
that's
excited.
the thing. Like, I'm not... all these things make it seem like I'm a Debbie Downer or negative against the Packers. I'm just not. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions of what... If you think that this is a 10 or 11 win team that's going to win the division and go to an NFC championship game, what gives you confidence in that? Like with Aaron Rodgers, that's what I had the confidence in. With Devontae Adams, that's what I had the confidence in. I've got confidence that Jair Alexander's a really good player.
Yes.
I've got confidence but that's about it on defense. Like, I hope that Rashawn Gary comes back from his knee injury, and by all accounts, it looks like he is. But still, those things take time. I'm hopeful that Quay Walker can continue to develop, but
I'm hopeful that Devontae Wyatt does something.
Yes, anything.
I'm hopeful Quay Walker doesn't get thrown out.
What's the under-over on that?
Yes.
1?
Yes or no?
0.5.
Devondre Campbell. What player is going to show up this year? 2 years ago or last year?
There's a lot of different things when it comes to that.
But I tell you what, I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited to watch this team grow because that mystery makes this exciting.
I'm probably more excited this year over last year because last year I knew they had Rodgers and I knew they couldn't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because hindsight's 2020. I knew they weren't winning the Super Bowl.
You asked that question
year.
before the season started.
Yes. I knew they were going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I have no idea.
Well, they're not going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Is this movie going to be good? Or is this movie going to be bad?
The trailer hasn't given you much information.
It's a Spielberg movie. Fabelmans was terrible, but Saving Private Ryan, and I don't know if he directed that, but I'm just going to say that he did.
Let's pretend
it was a great movie.
I'm going to pretend that he did, just for the sake of argument.
Hold on a damn second here. Who within the Packers is Steven Spielberg in this scenario?
The Packers in general are Steven Spielberg.
Mark Murphy. The organization. Come on.
Yeah.
They're
the
on
Packers,
ESPN nonstop.
The Packers in general.
We are ESPN.
He's talking about TV.
TV.
Does Chewy deserve at least 10% credit for Ashy's sense of confidence and current happiness? 60% of people say yes.
I think the other 40 are saying I deserve more.
I think that's
correct.
I think they're saying I deserve more. It's not like I don't deserve any.
Yeah.
So
100, according to Chewy, 100% of people think that he deserves at least 10%.
Yep.
If you visit a friend, stay with them for free, get free meals, and are offered free tickets to sporting events, are you obligated to get them some sort of thank you gift in return? 83.9%. Yes, of course.
Okay.
16% say no, just say thank you.
Yeah, that's not enough.
I feel like you were vindicated there.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good about that.
Yeah. So Dave from Aaron chiming in. I'm very excited about the season over the last few seasons. Yeah. For the longest time, and this goes back to when I was doing the show with Homer, and Homer said this, for the longest time for the Packers, the regular season was the preseason, and the only thing that mattered was the postseason.
Yeah. Not the case
We're not there anymore. Like, these regular season games, to me, have more meaning than they have in a long time for the Green Bay Packers.
I think there is something unbelievably exciting to mystery, and that's what we have here. A mystery.
Wow, deep thoughts with you.
Yeah.
End the show. Wow.
You're welcome. I'm going to part now.
Willie and Couch coming up next, 94.5 ESPN.